Hi and hello everybody, it's Fern. Welcome back to another Planty video. Today we are going to be doing the final walkthrough of 2025. It has been a year of many ups and downs for both myself and the plants, but I feel like we're ending off fairly strong. Things are doing pretty well right now, they're looking pretty good, and that feels really great because I think that it really is a reflection of how I'm doing. It's just so nice to see, and it brings me so much joy to be able to share my collection with all of you. As you can see, it is a gloomy, rainy day out today. We actually did have some sunshine this morning. The weather's been so wild here lately. We've had sun and then like torrential downpour in the same day, but I feel like it's kind of nice to just have a little cozy rainy walkthrough. So that is the vibes that I will be bringing to you today. Anyways, I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that the holiday season has not been too crazy stressful for you, but maybe you can just take this next hour to grab yourself a cozy beverage, a cozy little blanket, and just relax and enjoy the walkthrough. So without further ado, I'm gonna go start in the bedroom, I think. Okay, I guess I will start over here with the Thanksgiving cactus, even though there's not really too much to report. I gave this a good wash not too long ago, and it just looks all nice and clean and shiny, so I suppose we can take a moment to appreciate that. This plant does still have some buds on it. I don't know if those are gonna open or if they're just gonna fall off. Hopefully they will open though, that would be really nice. But yeah, this one's doing well, honestly. I haven't had new foliage growth in a while, so it would be nice to get some of that. Maybe once the blooming months are over, she'll go back to growing, perhaps early in the new year. But yeah, I just love this plant so much, and it actually has grown a ton, and I didn't even realize how much it grew until I looked back on older footage. But yeah, she's doing really well, and I'm still obsessed with this spot that I have her in. Like, I just think that it looks so cute the way that she's hanging there. Or I guess sitting there, but she's like hanging down. Okay, and then turning around and checking out the plant wall. I really have to back up to get the full view of the plants here. These are doing quite well also, and I have made some changes, as we can see. I now have my variegated maranta up here, which I know I've had that up there in the past and it didn't do well, but I'm trying it one more time because I feel like there might have been another reason it wasn't doing well last time, but now it's in good health, and it just needs a spot with more light than what it was getting here. Like, look at how dark this is, and we have so many gloomy days. This double hanger used to house both of my marantas, the variegated one that I have up here, as well as the silver band, but I was just noticing a lot of small leaves and paleness, like signs that they weren't getting enough light. So I've moved both of them, and that one's here. So I'm gonna kind of monitor and see how it does. Other than that, I've also moved my Adansonii up here, and it's actually doing quite well. I wonder if I can grab it down. Just a sec. Okay, so I moved it onto the Wally Grow wall to get higher light to see if that would help this plant a little bit, because it just has not been growing well for me. And I've gotten a couple of new leaves on it already. So one right there, and then one right here that's still hardening off. So I'm taking that as a good sign. We'll kind of see how it goes, but I would love to get big, healthy, dark, shimmery leaves on this. I do worry about bleaching, but typically Monstera can handle a lot of light. And I haven't really had a problem with Adansonii getting too much light in the past, but I'm just gonna kind of see how it does and adjust from there. But so far so good. I feel like this is the best this plant has looked in years, so we're really on a roll here. I featured both the Hoya Hushkuliana and the Hoya Polyneura in my favorite plants of 2025 video, so you've seen them recently if you watched that. But one of the things that I've been loving about the Hushkuliana are the blooms that I'm getting constantly, and they make the bedroom smell like buttered popcorn in the evenings, which is very nice. But yeah, as usual, this one is doing amazing, putting out a lot of new growth and just looking stunning. And the Wyetii is still doing well. This plant is massive. I had it off the wall the other day because I was giving it a good watering and a wash, and I just could not believe how massive it was. It's so wild to just realize how much that plant has grown since I put it up here. But yeah, safe to say that all of these are doing quite well on the wall. And then down here we have my philodendron verrucosum, who I'm just waiting for new growth on. We have a growth point right there. And then we also have one down here. We have this cataphyll situation that is going to put out a new leaf, and then we have a growth point right there, if you can see that. So yeah, there will be new leaves on this plant sometime soon. I'm hoping. I'll be really excited when it finally starts pushing out again. I chopped this back in October, I think. Ooh, I'm still really zoomed in. Yeah, I chopped this back in October, so it's been a good couple of months of me waiting, but I'm sure it'll be worth the wait to finally see it putting out some beautiful new leaves again. I still do have this Marble Queen pothos in here. It grows very slowly and it just gives out these tiny little leaves, but I still enjoy having it here anyways. It just kind of chills. It's very low maintenance. All I do is water it like once every few weeks. The number of plants in here are few, but I feel like the ones that I do have really pack a punch, especially with the plant wall and everything. And I'm just so happy with how they're all doing. So I really do enjoy having these ones in here. Okay, so now we're gonna go over the Vitjo shelf. Everything's been doing fairly well over here also. Look at all of the new arms coming out on the monkey tail cactus. It's so crazy. There's so much new growth coming out and reaching for the light. The Hoya chingensis here is also reaching for that light with a couple of its arms. But yeah, those two just look so funky up there. I love it. And then we have this top shelf here, which is kind of empty and sparse right now. I've been doing some rearranging, but notably we have my Phalaenopsis adorian, which is in flower, and it is so, oh my gosh, just wait, I'm knocking things over here. It is so beautiful. Let me take it out for you so that we can get a full 360 view here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Oh my goodness, I just love it so much. Like, look at those. How stunning is that? I'm just in love with this orchid. It adds such a beautiful pop of pink to this shelf. Let me put this down. Oh, it's pretty dark over here, but they look almost iridescent pink. Like, they're so gorgeous. And then in contrast with the beautiful dark mottled leaves, I love this one. And y'all saw this also in my favorite plants of 2025, but she has more flowers open now. So yeah, and some of the buds you can see are not open, so there will be more to come. So gorgeous though. I kind of love the layers that I have happening on this shelf. Like, we have the trailing plants from above forming kind of a curtain, and then you peek in and you get a glimpse of the fun things that are behind. So I have a couple of my carnivorous plants back here. I have my Drosera. They're boosted up on a couple of books because I wanted them to be a little bit closer to the light. I want them even closer than that, honestly. So I need to find a solution to boost them even more. But I just moved these over here yesterday. These are my pink pinguiculas, the Raspberry Blonde, Johanna, and Malibu Barbie. So I'm really hoping that they're gonna get some of their pink color back now that I have them under grow lights, because those were just in the south window before and they've gone really green, which, I mean, fair enough. There hasn't been a ton of light lately. It's December in the Pacific Northwest. So yeah, I'm hoping that they're gonna enjoy some artificial lighting for the rest of the winter. And then over here, we have my variegated Rhaphidophora tetrasperma still doing well. This thing is always working on a new leaf. Do you see that coming in right there? It's really, really nice to see just how fast this plant is growing. This is recovering from aphids. I'm gonna be moving this sometime soon-ish as well. I want it to grow as much as it can under these grow lights, but I am gonna end up moving it to probably crawl on the wall somewhere in the future. But that is to be decided. And then I still have my Magdalene Madsen begonia propagations just living in moss and just kind of hanging out here. I do need to get these potted up sometime soon though. I know a lot of the leaves are quite yellow, but These ones are healthier looking over here, and it's just constantly flowering for me also. I think it looks kind of fun in that head planter, so I've just been leaving it for now. Hoya paradisea actually gave me a new leaf after waiting months and months and months. So here it is. Everybody clap. This one piddly leaf. I don't know if this had flat mites or what, but I treated it with the Safer's End-All miticide and it put out that new leaf. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep treating it, but yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of hanging in there. This one also did have aphids in the fall, so I guess it's been slowly recovering from that. But I really want this to get a lot bigger for me and potentially bloom one day, so I would love if it continued to give me some nice new leaves. And then down here, this is the second shelf, and as you can see, we have the other Begonia Magdalene Matson propagation here. We also have my philodendron Whip Away. I moved it over here so that it could be getting more light from the grow lights, because I think that this is one that does depend quite a lot on having highlight. It looks a little like it's struggling with edema. It is wintertime, so sometimes edema seems to come for my plants in the wintertime, but it's hanging in there. Hasn't grown in a while though, so I'm hoping to get a new leaf sometime soon. It looks like it's trying. Oh, it looks like it might be kind of stuck. We'll just let her figure things out. My Pinguicula Goldeneye is blooming. It's one of my favorite ping flowers, so it's always really exciting to see this one. Like, it's so pretty. It's a little bit more yellow in person. It's like almost like a buttercream, really light buttercream yellow color. It's so gorgeous. So I love to see that one in bloom. We have, wait, I thought that there was a new leaf on this, but I guess there's not. Maybe there was and it died off. I'm really suspicious of flat mites for this Hoya surprise. I'm treating it. I didn't end up checking under the microscope, but just with some of the damage on the leaves, like right here, that discoloration, that like rusty color, makes me think that maybe it had flat mites. This is the newest leaf I put out though, and look at how nice it is. So I don't know, but I have been spraying it down. Aphids have been my biggest issue on this shelf, which is very annoying, but they have been attacking this Polyneura outer variegated. I just had to go and cut off a bunch more leaves on this. It had aphids and then I treated it, and then the aphids have come back like twice, so I'm trying to stay on top of treating this so that they don't come back this time. But yeah, it's just starting to look funky now because I've had to cut so many times. Like, there's literally like 2 branches that I've had to cut on each of the vines, and it's just starting to look kind of crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that this one is gonna stay aphid free. Same with this inner variegated one. This actually put out some beautiful new growth for me, and then it was infested with aphids. So I don't know what the heck it is with aphids and my Hoya, but they really get on my nerves, so I'm gonna have to keep a close eye on this one. They just destroy leaves. Like, you can see just how bad the damage is from them, unfortunately. Also, I broke my nail off, so don't judge, but yeah, this one looks rough. Yeah, so these are like ongoing aphids treatment protocol here. The Hoya lambii silver behind was finally, it did put out quite the vine, but I've been waiting for a new leaf, and I finally saw a new leaf coming out. And then I made the stupid decision to spray this with the Safer's End-All while that new leaf was really small, and now it looks like it's just dying off. So that's fun. I was so excited because this has not put out a new leaf in my care yet. So I know not to do that too. Like, I know better, but sometimes I just like to push it and hope for the best, and then I end up regretting it. There is a new leaf coming in here though, so maybe that one will make it. I don't know, but yeah, I really want to see a new leaf on this, but it's just not happening for me so far. Anywho, for the most part, things are pretty well besides the aphid situation and the me killing the new growth on that. But even despite that, I'm still pretty happy with this area. I feel like we're making progress here. And then down here on the very bottom shelf, I also am pretty happy with how these plants are growing. I have been making a lot of effort to keep up with watering my begonia white ice here, and I feel like it's made a pretty big difference. Like, look at the leaves that I'm getting. That's absolutely gorgeous. This has a pink tinge to it as well. I think on on camera it's mostly just looking silver, but the spots have a pink tinge and it's so pretty. I just love how heavily spotted the white ice is. Like, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I'm getting some nice color on this one. It's not, you know, losing a bunch of leaves anymore. It's just looking quite healthy and good. So I really do attribute that to just it not drying out as much. So yeah, that's quite nice. And then another positive update is this, well, somewhat positive, I guess. My Hoya Vanviengensis, which I cut up, I repotted and I cut up. I took a bunch of propagations from this. So this Hoya has just been not growing well for me. It's been looking really yellowed and pale, as you can see. Like, this is supposed to be a nice dark Hoya, but mine is like a lime yellowy green color. So I was like, okay, I think that something's going on with this one. And it did have a lot of rotted roots. So I actually removed some of those and then repotted this with y'all in a video like a month ago at this point. And I checked this the other day and you can actually see roots growing. So I think that this is doing okay. Like, look at that. That is a really good sign to see that many healthy roots growing. So I think that the root system is reestablishing itself. I am treating this for potentially flat mites. Whenever my Hoya are acting funky, I'm always just like, oh, it might be flat mites. So yeah, I've been spraying this down. So any pest issues should be resolving. And yeah, I'm hoping for new growth, and you'll see the cuttings in a second. They all rooted so incredibly fast and well. So I also have backup cuttings from this. I might pot the cuttings up and try growing them in different lighting conditions to see if that's the problem. But yeah, it's good news for that one. It is re-rooting up in there. I had to move my Alocasia Frydek down here because it was on the top shelf, but it was growing so close to the grow lights that it was getting burnt. So it's down here now. Still looking stunning. Like, look at this leaf. The variegation is so pretty on it. Yeah, I think that these are the newest ones, which aren't as variegated, but that's fine. You don't want them all to be like super variegated. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this one has been growing, and this one is just in Leca. Looks like it almost needs to be refilled. And then over here, Hoya mirabilis, no crazy updates with this one. It's such a low maintenance Hoya for me. Like, I really do not pay this plant a lot of attention, but it's so pretty with the silver leaves and everything. Absolutely stunning, and she is just hanging out there happily. Oh yeah, I broke off a piece of my Hushkaliana intervariegated the other day, so I decided to pop it in a propagation box. These are notoriously hard to root, so I'm gonna see if this actually roots up or not. I figured I might as well just toss it in there rather than like throwing it in the compost. And then this middle section here, all of the plants are doing okay. Oh, I actually have not a good update. You notice that the Anthurium King of Spades is not here. You will see that it's in one of the cabinets, but yeah, King of Spades is no longer in this spot. I've rearranged things a little bit. So we have the Doriaki red crystal hybrid right here. This is the newest leaf that it put out. It did get a little bit of damage at the very bottom here, but overall it looks quite nice, so I can't complain about it. Yeah, it's really cute. I love how the sinus overlaps like this. It's just such a cheerful round anthurium. I love this one so much. I featured it in my beginner friendly anthurium video. Yeah, this one just lives happily in ambient, so I'm very grateful for that. I moved my Phalaenopsis Bronze Maiden here because Some of y'all were saying that it was perhaps in too high of light when I was asking about these yellow spots here. So I moved it here. It's pretty far from a grow light in this spot, but it still gets some light, of course. So we'll see if she starts growing again. Yeah, what else do I have to update on? Oh, I totally uprooted this out of the pot the other day by accident. I'm probably gonna have to move this to a higher light spot because this is like, the grow light's way up there, and then that ping is like way down here, and pings need pretty high light, so I will probably end up moving that. But it's just, actually, you know what? I could literally move it right now because I have so much space up here. Well, let's pop her right there. That'll be, I'll have to move this to the back later so that it's not blocking the other ones, but that'll be better for it. This philodendron petriciae cutting, I didn't know if it was ever gonna root. I put this in water like 2 months ago, and it has finally shot out that little root. Finally, oh my gosh. I think it took so long because it pushed out this baby leaf like right before I chopped and stuck it in water. So it was obviously taking a big toll on the plant, trying to like harden off this leaf and like grow a new leaf. But I just wanted both of these leaves on it, even though it doesn't look that good because it's literally been in propagation for 2 months. But yeah, I do have 2 different petriciae cuttings. Well, not different, they're from the same plant, but 2 that I want to get potted up sometime soon because I want to start growing that plant out again. But it's been so fun just having a couple of cuttings around. Over here we have my philodendron gloriosum, which I moved from soil to leca. I don't know how this is doing, to be completely honest with you. Like, it looks okay. This looked rough before I moved it over, so I'm not concerned about that. The leaves are still quite turgid, and it feels okay, but I can't see any roots. I don't have 2 hands right now, so I can't pull this out, but I just looked like yesterday, and I can't really see any major root growth, so I'm kind of nervous about it, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer before I go messing around with it. And yeah, the new leaf just, this plant was struggling before I even put it in there, so that's why it's looking like this. But I'm hoping to just get some new root growth and have this be on its way growing in leca, but we will just kind of see what happens with it. And then philodendron silver sword variegated. I have so many issues with this plant browning, and it really bums me out. I also mentioned this throughout the last walkthrough, so I'm not going to go on and on about it, but I have a problem with this plant getting edema. So I have had people say to water less, because I was keeping this is in pond, and I was keeping the meter like pretty much filled at all times. I wasn't really giving it a dry cycle because that's what I do with a lot of my semi-hydro. I just kind of top them up even before they're like empty. So now I'm really waiting between waterings. I'm probably only watering like half as much as I was before, and I'm gonna see if that helps. I still think I'm gonna take cuttings of this once it reaches the top of the pole and try them in soil. I just really want to problem solve this one to see if I can grow this out nicely, because this is like my dream philodendron. So it's just so unfortunate that I'm having this browning issue. Like, look at the leaves. They're so pretty before they brown, but then you see they get this edema, which eventually just turns to this like brown, which is so annoying. So yeah, this is the newest leaf. I don't want to really touch it, but it's looking so gorgeous. And yeah, I also need to do a Rousseau pole next time, because this one, having a hard time just like keeping it pressed against the pole and getting it to grow into it. It is switching to cataphyll growth, which is kind of cool to see. That means that it's getting a little bit more mature. So yeah, we'll see how this one does, but I'm really hoping I'm gonna be able to figure it out. Okay, right here we have my Hoya Wilbur Graves, which is actually in flower right now, which is so stunning, and I was not expecting that. Ooh, they're like at the end of their life cycle, so they're not looking as perky as they were before, but I was not expecting this plant to be blooming in December. These were actually fully open before I even noticed them. Like normally you see a peduncle coming in and you start watching it closely and, you know, watch the whole thing happen. But these, they were just like down here behind the dragon scale, and I was looking at the dragon scale and then I was like, wait a second, there's like fully formed flowers down here. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I just love this plant so much. It's always flowering for me. Stunning. And then yeah, the dragon scale, which has had my attention lately because it just put out 2 new leaves, which is so wild. So it first put out this one right here like a week or 2 ago. And then it just like straight after that one came out, there was already another leaf emerging. And it was this one. Look at the size of this. It is huge. It is perfect. I love the half moon vibes. It's like half marbled and then the other side is mostly variegated. And it's just so pretty. It's huge. Like probably the biggest leaf. Yeah, I think it is because this would be the other biggest. But I think it's even bigger than that one. So yeah, I was really hoping that boosting this up to be closer to the light. There's 2 Barina grow lights here above it. I was really hoping that with more light I would be getting the white variegation again, which I don't even think I have. I think I cut off the last leaf that had white variegation. But I thought that, oh dear, Amelie. I was hoping that with the more light I would get the whiter variegation, but so far it still looks very like Aurea-esque. But I know that this can put out albo variegation, like it's done it before. So I'm almost curious if humidity plays a part in it, because if you look at my philodendron silver sword, the leaves that were grown in cabinet conditions, not necessarily higher light, just higher humidity, they are more like albo looking as well. Do you see that? All of these ones down here, it's like creamy white variegation, right? Even on this one. But then when I moved it out of the cabinet, the variegation turned more to this Aurea. So can humidity influence that? I don't know, but I'm honestly starting to wonder about it now. So that would be unfortunate because I can't really fit this inside of a cabinet. It's too big now. So yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's a fertilizer thing. I mean, who knows? If you have any input on that, leave me a comment. But regardless, I'm still just obsessed with the growth that this plant is giving me. Okay, and then down here, probably the only notable update is my Hoya patella has been growing like crazy. Don't mind this, that's just like neem oil from when I was spraying it a while ago, but look at the fuzzy baby leaves that I'm getting on this plant. They are so cute, and I love how they come in more like orange looking. And yeah, they're just so fuzzy when they're small. I love them so much. Like, let's get a little close up. Look at those. How precious. So yeah, I've just been obsessed with watching this plant, keeping an eye on just all of the new leaves coming in at once. It's so cutie. I think this one got kind of jank because I was moving it around the other day, but that's okay. As for the rest of what's down here, there's just things I need to pot up. My Hoya Lima is doing okay. This is like a rehab, Phalaenopsis. We have my Begonia polensis cuttings, which I still don't think are rooted. I looked at them the other day. So yeah, this shelf has a lot going on, but I feel like the patella is the one that I wanted to highlight because it's just growing so much right now. And then up here, oh yeah, I was gonna show you these cuttings. So this is the Hoya Van Viengensis cuttings that I took, and look at all of the roots in there. There's so many. So yeah, I definitely can go ahead and pot these up. And then, oh, we even have a peduncle, a like fresh peduncle up here. What the heck? Yeah, I need to pot those and then find a spot maybe on the windowsill for them in natural light. And then the other thing that I wanted to point out to you up here is this Alocasia Frydek. This is my one in soil, and the new leaf is completely white. And I don't think I've ever had that happen on this plant before. Isn't that wild? It's gonna be so pretty. I wonder how long it's gonna live. Oh, it looks like it has the tiniest speck of green there. Yeah, it's so cute. This is a really nicely variegated plant. Like this one in particular just puts out so much white and it's so crisp. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, I can't wait to see that leaf like fully open up. And that one is just under this Barina light right here. Gorgeous. So yeah, that's it for the Vitsto shelf, I think. Let's move on to the Mills Botal area. Ooh, okay, here, my luxuriance hybrid. I just noticed this morning, actually, that we have a little gift. We have a, wait, is that a new leaf? Oh yeah, it definitely is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have a new leaf, you guys, that is going to be emerging. Oh my gosh, it honestly feels like a Christmas gift. Like, what the heck? It is so exciting when this plant comes out with a new leaf because it only happens once every, I would say every 4 or 5 months. Yeah, I probably only get a couple of new leaves a year on this plant, and I just appreciate every moment of it when they are coming in. So yeah, I'm really excited to start watching that like a hawk. I'm gonna have to move these stakes and make sure that nothing is in its way because I obviously don't want it to get damaged. But yeah, super, super exciting. We actually also have a new leaf coming in on my Pallidiflorum, and I was really surprised to see that. Do y'all see it right here? I was really surprised to see that because it just put out a new leaf. This one, I think. Yeah, it like just put this out not long ago, but I feel like it's going through a bit of a growth spurt right now and it's yellowing a couple of its older leaves, so I'm gonna have to remove these. I'll leave them on for a while, I think, but I will probably get sick of looking at them eventually. Or maybe I will just let them stay and crisp up. I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys remove new leaves? I know, or old leaves, I mean new leaves. Can you imagine? I know some people are really pro leaving the leaves on until they're completely like crisped up, or at least fully yellow. And then some people just prune leaves off right away, which is typically, I mean, I'm kind of in the middle. Like, it just basically depends when I get around to it and how much it's bothering me. But yeah, yellow leaves do sometimes get on my nerves, so sometimes I do chop them off before they're fully like ready to go. But yeah, anywho, always exciting to have a new leaf coming in on the Pallidiflorum, and I was just not expecting one so soon. Okay, so here on top of the cabinet, we have some of my philodendron propagations, which are pretty much ready to be potted up. We have the Philodendron Majestic in the middle here, looking so pillowy and gorgeous, soaking up that grow light. And then we have a glorious cutting right there beside it. So I have 2 Philodendron glorious cuttings, and I was planning on potting those up into, I think I was thinking of doing semi-hydro and then having that replace this big one, but I don't know, because this one is like still kicking. So I'm gonna end up with like 2 big ones. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do, but I've got a lot of Philodendron glorious happening in here. This Philodendron micans, I actually have to grab it down just a sec. Okay, I was just, oh my gosh, did I just rip off? I think that there's a leaf stuck in the, I just ripped this. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But where did that even come from? I don't know, but there's a half leaf on here somewhere. Oh, here. Oh dear. Whoopsies. Anywho, I do need to find a better spot for this because I feel like it just doesn't, I feel like I should chop it as well. Maybe like give it a good trim and then repot the cuttings in because it's a little spindly. But what I want to show you is how well this is rooting in this pot. This is one of the wavy leaf planters that I've been trying out for my semi-hydro setups, and I was astounded by how much root growth this has already. Look at that. Oh my gosh, and it's like that the whole way around. Like there's just roots everywhere. How crazy is that? It hasn't even been that long, maybe like a few 3 or 4 weeks. So it's safe to say that the Mycans is loving being in LECA. So yeah, I'm so glad that I finally potted this up. And yeah, I just can't believe the growth that I'm getting already. It's crazy. So yeah, maybe I will propagate this sometime soon, so that, because I want like a really bushy plant rather than a long plant. But it is doing well, so I'm really happy about that. Okay, let's get these leaves away from the door. There we go. Okay, inside the cabinet now. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I feel like you guys have actually seen a lot of these updates recently. Like, I don't know if there's been that many changes, so I'll just try to focus on anything new. This begonia is still growing like crazy. I really need to address that soon. This Hoya is still growing like crazy. The Lacunosa variegated, so pretty. And then what else do we have going on in here? I have new leaves coming in on both of these little anthurium in here. There's one right there, and then a new leaf is coming out on this one also. These are little seedlings from North Shore Tropicals. They've been slow to get going, so I'm really excited to see those baby leaves. And then, oh yeah, I moved this one, the Woohoo No ID, out of the cloche. This used to be under a cloche on the Visto shelf. I decided to take it out of there and acclimate it just down to like greenhouse conditions, and it literally looks the same, so I think that it's doing fine, but this is gonna have to be potted up into mollies soon. But yeah, I'm just giving it some time to kind of get used to not being in like 99% humidity. Boop. Oh yeah, there's also a new leaf coming in on the Queen, which is wild. So, do you see that? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I will scream. I will scream. I hope that it looks nice. No changes on the Monstera Mint since I potted it up. It is still just hanging in there. Also no changes on the Syngonium Chia Pens. I'm waiting for a new leaf, but no luck yet. This is the Veitchii newest leaf. It's almost entirely hardened off now, and it just looks so nice, and it feels so cool too. And then down here, we actually have some new growth on the plants here as well. Specifically Alocasia maharani. This has been one leaf for like a year, and it's finally put out a second leaf. So I could not believe it when I saw that. It's so stinking cute. I have been watering this more. That's the change that I've made that has finally made this plant happy. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that new growth. I ended up cutting my Begonia Lubersii completely back because the cuttings had rooted. So that gave me the confidence to just get rid of all of the damaged leaves on here and start fresh. And then I'm going to be potting those ones up hopefully sometime soon. I know that they look crazy, but they are... Some of them aren't rooted, but some of them are. Like these ones are, the ones towards the back. And I know that they look rough, but they will still grow and put out nice new leaves. So yeah, but it's cool that the base is growing as well. Very thirsty begonia. Very, very thirsty. So these ones are definitely going to be going into semi-hydro. I've also been getting a lot of new growth on my Hoya Wyetii inner variegated, and it's so cute and pink, so I always love to see that. There's some really nice leaves on that plant. Okay, so here is, oh my gosh, it does not look good, you guys. It really does not look good. I need to put a stake in here to like keep this up. Yeah, this is a situation. This is a real situation that I have on my hands here. This plant, okay, let me turn you around for a second. Okay, so y'all saw the King of Spades somewhat recently, in the Anthurium for Beginners video that I posted. It's talking about how easy that plant was and da da da, and it was putting out a new leaf for me. And I still stand behind that. Like, that has been a really easy plant for me to grow, and it's grown fine in ambient humidity. It's been great. It's just been a slow grower, so I was so excited to see the new leaf coming in. Well, I noticed that the new leaf just wasn't expanding. Like, it was just staying curled up really tiny. And I was like, what the heck? Like, why isn't that unfurling and starting to expand? So I just kept checking on it and it wasn't doing anything, but I was like, maybe it's just taking its time. I don't know. And then one morning I came out and it looked like kind of like damaged, or it looked weird. What I thought had happened is I thought that the aphids had got to it, but there was no bugs on it. So I was like, okay, it's not aphids. What the heck is the problem here? So long story short, that leaf basically just died off. Like, it like shriveled up into nothing. So I was like, okay, that sucks, but what is going on here? Like, I've never had that happen before. So I decided to check out the root system, and sure enough, the roots were pretty much entirely rotted, which is probably due to me blindly watering. How I've been saying that I've had a bad habit of doing that lately, just like watering without checking if there's already water. So I think that it probably got overwatered, and the roots rotted. So that new leaf just like died off. So I had to cut off all of the roots, and now I have it in moss, and I'm really hoping that it's going to re-root for me, but I'm nervous because it's not looking good, as you can see. So yeah, I need to get a stake like right after I'm finished filming this and prop it up a little bit because it keeps just falling over. But yeah, so now I'm trying to re-root it from a stump basically, and I don't know if I should just remove that leaf and like actually just grow it back from a stump and put it in like a Ziploc or something, or if I should leave this leaf and keep trying to root it. I don't know. Let me know if you have any guidance there, but I just want to save this plant, like at least the stump, because this is one of my favorite anthurium in my collection. So I'd be so sad if I lost it. And they're not cheap to replace either. So yeah, I'm really, really hoping I'm gonna be able to bring it back. But yeah, that's the story on that, and it is a big bummer. Anyways, as for the rest of what's going on here, actually it's like all depression hour down here. This Begonia breviremosa, I have not been able to see any root growth on it. The stem still looks healthy, but it just, I don't know, you guys. Should I pull it out of there and do something else? I don't know, but it's like on its last leg, it looks like. So that's a bummer. Maybe I should cut, I don't know what to do. I really don't. Maybe by some miracle it's actually rooting, but I just can't see the roots yet. I'm not sure, but this is not looking promising. Same with this one as well, up here, the Milano Ballata cutting. So I don't know if this is an issue with the mini leca, because these are both in mini leca, or if this is a begonia issue. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it's not good, you guys. So yeah, not a positive update for that one, but the mother Milano Ballata plant is looking fine down here, growing back. And this is actually a happy update. The Anthurium Goliath for Getty Eye is looking really good. It's completely hardened off now, and I know it's not perfect, but this is like so much better, like leaps and bounds better than what this was looking like before when I was trying to grow it in ambient. So I think that this anthurium really does just need the freaking cabinet, which is kind of annoying, but also I'm like, okay, I can cope with that. But yeah, it's so gorgeous, and it put out this leaf back here as well. So yeah, I'm hoping that the leaves are only going to come out nicer and nicer from here on out, but we'll kind of see how it goes. Also, my Longaloba silver, I think it's finally starting to activate new growth from here. That's an alocasia that I completely cut back to a stump in October, I think. And I've just been waiting for new growth. I completely cut back my alocasia, so wait, what is it, pink dragon as well, and you guys will see that one in a minute. It's doing really well, but yeah, this is like the biggest letdown in my collection right now. Okay, moving along here, we have a couple of my poles here in front of the door. I just moved these over for filming purposes so that I could update you on both of these plants. So first of all, we have my Monstera albo here, which is looking so stunning. It's all facing out nicely now. Well, except for this leaf is still being a little bit stubborn, but that's okay. But it looks so nice facing forward like this because I had it facing the south window. So it's so nice to be able to appreciate it like this. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous plant. I love this albo so much. So yeah, that one is doing really well. I'm actually gonna have to extend the pole soon. And then we have my Marble Queen, which is looking a little bit more crazy in terms of the leaves. And then the Jasenia pothos at the very bottom here. It actually just put out a new leaf right here, which is cute. I really love this one actually, so I'm glad that it's survived. But yeah, this one is doing okay. It has had persistent mealybugs, but I've been spraying it. I've already sprayed it twice with these Safers in the past like week. So I'm hoping that I'm finally just gonna get rid of them on this plant. It did put out this new leaf, which is looking really cute. You can see a dead mealybug right there. But yeah, so I'm excited to watch that expand. This plant is just so fun to watch grow, especially when the leaves get this big. It just looks amazing. And then over here on the plant stand, I have moved things around just a little bit. I moved my jewel orchid, Ludicea discolor, over to here because I think that it was just getting really bleached from being so close to the Barina grow lights. This is a much lower light kind of spot for it, so I'm hoping to get some nice foliage growth because it is just looking quite piddly, especially in comparison to what it used to look like. It is flowering though, or it's just starting to flower, which it does every December, and it always makes me so happy. Only this one flower so far though, so yeah, definitely a bit different this year versus last year, but that's okay. She will grow back and return to her former glory eventually. My Hoya coriaceae seems to be doing okay in this lower light corner. We actually do have a couple of new leaves coming in, which I'm so curious to see if those are going to develop or not, because it really is not getting much light here at all. But people have told me that this is a low light Hoya, so I'm kind of experimenting and seeing how it goes. I gave my Hoya Bertonier intervariegated this holiday pot that I painted a few years ago, and I think it's just the cutest thing. I really would love to paint more pots, but yeah, I love this little candy cane one. It's so cutie, so I had to bust that out while we are in December. We have some new growth here on my Syngonium Frosted Heart, which is really nice to see, like all the new leaves coming in on this one. And this newest one that's just unfurling actually looks like it is a pretty good size. So I think we're finally seeing a size increase, which is really exciting. But yeah, I really want to see this plant like fully climb this tree fern pole. I think that it would look so cool. So yeah, I just pin it with a greening pin whenever I can, like whenever there's enough vine to add a pin to. You can see that's what it looks like. Looks like this plant needs a wash because some of the tree fern like falls into the petioles, but anywho, that's just such a cute little Syngonium. I love it so much. Okay, right here we have my Alocasia pink dragon. She's huge, you guys. She's a mammoth. Like, look at her. Oh my gosh, this was nothing but a stump, and I put it in the cabinet to rehab. And rehab it did, because look at this massive leaf she's put out. I can't even believe it. It is so cool, and it was so fun to watch the process of it emerging. Like, I was just holding my breath watching this leaf come out. This is also an Aurea variegated pink dragon, so you can see some of the variegation starting to come in, but it is Polaroid variegation, so you never really know what it's going to end up looking like. But yeah, I'm obsessed. This is just like such a gorgeous, big, mature leaf to come out. It's so crazy, and I kind of love how she looks even just with the one leaf. Like, it kind of works for her. But yeah, of course, I'm obsessed with how pink this plant is. Like, I'm just in love with her right now. So yeah, look at her go. I just took her out of the cabinet yesterday, I think, because the leaf was like hitting the grow light, so it was gonna get burned if I would have left her in there. So now I'm just keeping on top of the watering while she retransitions to regular room humidity. But yeah, I'm just obsessed with her. So that's an update on that one. Positive update, because she was infested with spider mites a couple months ago. Oh my gosh, I just noticed one of my Haworthia is putting out a flower. Do you see that? How cutie. That is so fun. I love when they flower. And I was not expecting that at this time of year, although I guess it is under a grow light right now for the winter. So yeah, that's really cool. Okay. I was not expecting that. This is the Haworthia obtusa. Which one are you? Black grape. Yeah, it is so chonky. The leaves on this one. Can't wait to see that in full flower. They're usually just like these dainty little white flowers that come out. As for the rest of the succulents, I don't really think that there's any major updates. They're all looking pretty good, and I think they're quite happy with this winter setup. I have my begonia maculata just perched on the corner here still. I was thinking that I should give this a stake because it's starting to just like grow sideways, but I kind of like the way it looks here, so I'm just leaving it for now. But yeah, there is a couple of different plants in there. So there's some leaves coming in on this side also. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying just having her like creeping, I guess. So that's just how I'm leaving her for now. Okay, here I'll give y'all a little backed up view of what this area looks like. It's quite cute and cozy. And then I will actually pull down these plants because I have not, well, I showed y'all the SP or the El Guapo not long ago, but since this is the last walkthrough of the year, I think we should be thorough. So I'm gonna pull these plants down and we can take a closer look at them. Also, before I do that, the philodendron gigas, oh my gosh, this actually has gotten quite nice. This new leaf, I love when they expand more than you're expecting them to, because this is recovering from a size decrease. So, wow, that is actually really nice. I'm happy with how big and how nice this new leaf has turned out. I need to chop and extend this soon. There's also another leaf already on the way. But yeah, gigas is doing quite well. Look how stunning. Like, you're joking me. It's Gorgina. So you have seen this recently. Why was I even talking about this? Oh, was it the tag video? Yeah, I think that's when I pulled this down. When I was talking about a plant that has made good progress or something. I can't even remember, and I filmed that like less than 2 weeks ago, but it has made good progress, so fair enough. Anyways, there's nothing really changed since the last time I showed you this. We don't have any new leaves or anything. It's still just this big, beautiful, pillowy philodendron, and I do need to water it, so I'm glad that I'm taking it down. I'm gonna put it over here actually. And then I've got to pull down the, what is this called? Mandula pothos. I feel like I have not shown y'all this Mandula pothos in a long time. It was suffering with mealies really bad for a while. Not really bad, but like persistently for a while. So I was just kind of annoyed at this plant. And it doesn't really have a mealy issue anymore. So that's grand, but this is due for an extend, maybe a chop and extend, but probably just an extend. It's actually looking quite nice. I was struggling to get this to climb for a long time, and I was just stuck with these small piddly leaves, which I don't even like. I really only like Mandula when it's climbing and it has a larger leaf size. I don't really like the like small wavy leaf trailing look for this plant. I just think that the larger leaf form really shows off the beautiful range of colors in the leaves of this plant. Like, it is so minty and creamy and just really something special. So I think it just lends itself so well to climbing. Like, it just, I don't know, mine's not even that big and I still think that it's just looking so beautiful. This has been really easy going for me. I am quite neglectful of it because it is up higher, and this one I can't reach without a step stool or a chair, whereas the El Guapo I can reach, like it hangs down lower, so I can just grab it down if I need to. But this one, there's that extra step for me to access it, so inevitably it just ends up getting a little bit more neglected. But it doesn't seem to mind. This just gets natural light, not even that much of it either, and it's still just looking so stunning. So yeah, I need to extend this soon, although I don't know. I'm gonna have to do rearranging again. I'm constantly rearranging, you guys. But yeah, gorgeous plant. Okay, I guess I actually should pull down the plants from up there as well to be fair and thorough, right? So let me go grab those plants. Okay, I'm gonna throw these in the sink to water them after this, so I'm glad I grabbed them down. But Hoya linearis, we know her, we love her. If you haven't seen her down like this before, she is huge and beautiful. So yeah, she's so long. She's like 6 feet long, I would say. Yeah, probably. Yep, stunning. And then I also have another plant that it lives beside her. It is just a little bit shorter, but still a beautiful Hoya linearis. So yeah, here they are. I don't take them down very often, so it is fun to show y'all when I do. This is Stapelia grandiflora. It looks the same as it always does, so there's not too much to show with this one. I'm growing this in natural light versus grow lights this winter, which is new. Normally I would grow this under my Barina grow lights over the winter, so I guess this is experimental and we'll see how she does. I know it doesn't feel like it, but we are going to be coming out the other side in terms of lighting soon, because we're past the darkest day of the year, so it's only up from here, right? It's still going to be dark for a while, but it's nice to think about it that way. Okay, and then I have my two crusty Hoya that live up there. First of all, Hoya caudata silver, I think, which has not really been doing much. And these did also have a couple of mealies on them, so I treated them recently for that. But yeah, I don't know. They're probably looking the same as the last time you saw these in my Hoya collection video. But they are still trucking. I'm actually thinking about moving my, oh my gosh, there is a mealy. I'm actually thinking about moving my undulata to a cabinet, back to a cabinet soon. That's where it was before. And then for the summer, I moved it into the south window for more light. But I think that it would appreciate the warmer temperatures in the cabinet and the humidity. So I'm thinking about doing that. I just need to do some rearranging. But yeah, I think I have a day of rearranging coming in my near future here, because I have a lot of plants that kind of need to be shifted around. But overall, this Hoya is doing really well, honestly. Like, it has a ton of leaves and it looks pretty good. So I'm happy about that. I'm not going to take down the spiral cactus because I know for a fact that just looks the same. And I don't like handling sharp cactus like that when I don't need to, so. Okay, this is the last Hoya that lives on that high window there. This is Hoya verticillata, and it looks great. It's been growing great, but I did just find some mealies on it, probably because I treated those two and then I didn't treat this one, so I fear the infestation just jumped to this plant. But regardless, it is still looking quite nice and doing quite well, so I'll just spray it down and I'm sure that it'll be fine. I think that it really enjoys its spot up there, getting lots of light. And yeah, I just think that it's so cute. It's really like dark and shiny with some nice splash to it. So yeah, this one I have not shown in a while, and it probably looks quite different than it did in my Hoya collection because I think that it's put out a lot of leaves since then. So yeah, here's the update. It is doing well. Okay, as for the hanging plants in this window, I don't think that there's really major updates. This Ripsalis paradoxa has been putting out some new growth lately, which I really love to see. But yeah, I don't think there's any changes. I love this pink leaf on the Crimson Queen, so cute. And yeah, Compacta is getting so long. Like, it's unbelievable to me just how long. It's almost touching the floor, you guys. That's crazy. Absolutely wild. So yeah, that one is doing well, growing rapidly. And then as for the plants in the window, I've moved things around a little bit. So here we have the Matilde Silver, which bloomed so much for me this year, and now she's just relaxing like she deserves. Rebecca Soper Nepenthes is doing fine. Oh, I was admiring this Hoya Lei when I was moving those plants around because it's just so stinking cute. It has these just like short little fuzzy leaves, and I don't know, I really enjoy watching it grow. It's so easygoing. Yeah, it's just such a cute one. I feel like I need to turn it around like this. There, now it's facing the front of the pot, even though my thumb's covering the design now. There we go, in all her glory. How cutie. Yeah, I love the little like divots on the leaf as well. Just a really cute Hoya, and I know that the variegated version of this gets all the hype. This one's just green, but I still just think it's adorable. We have my Hoya New Guinea Ghost here, who was blooming and then the blooms blasted, unfortunately. So I don't have any bloom photos or videos to show you, but I'm hoping for more flowers in the future. And then I think the only other real update on this window is that my Hoya Silver Dollar has been growing like mad. I actually need to find a new trellis for this, a taller one, because we have all of these new leaves just growing like crazy over here, but they're just so smooth and shiny and silver. It's such a gorgeous Hoya. I highly recommend the Silver Dollar. If you're looking for a silver Hoya, I think that it's so pretty, and I really love the flowers on these. Mine's never flowered, but I really hope that it does one day. Okay, we are moving to the calyx shelf now. Again, I've moved some things around. So we have my anthurium moodianum here. This was in the bedroom, but I moved it out primarily for temperature reasons. The bedroom is cooler, so I thought that it wasn't growing because it was too cold maybe. And I moved it out here probably only a week ago, and look at this. We have a new leaf. So could that have been the reason? Maybe. The only other thing that I did at the same time was treat it with Safer's End All. So could this potentially have had flat mites or something? I don't know. It did give me this janky leaf, but I think that that was from aphids a while ago. This was like from the fall when this leaf came out, and it hadn't grown since then, which is why I've been like moving it around and treating it and stuff. But I really want to have a nice anthurium moodianum. But it grows best in cabinet conditions. I'm just trying to figure mine out. I like to figure out how to make it happy in ambient. So I am really glad to see this leaf. We'll kind of see what that ends up looking like, but any new growth on this plant I get excited for. And then as you can see, we have the Maranta Silver Band down here. I don't know why that's down there. It needs a better spot. Maybe I'll actually put it up on top because we have some grow lights up here right now. So I can just move this gal over and stick that there for now. I don't know, I'll have to arrange that to make it a little bit cuter, but hopefully it can benefit from some of that grow light. So we have my philodendron Jose Buono up here, which has been doing quite well. It gave me this leaf not long ago, and there's another new leaf on the way. So I can't wait to see what that's gonna look like. This needs to be chopped soon as well. It's getting so tall on that pole. I'm obsessed with the new leaf on my alocasia dragon scale right here. It is so pretty. Oh my gosh, why does it have that yellow spot? Why does it have that? I've been noticing a lot of leaves. I mean, I just assumed like, oh, these are older, that's why it's getting that. But why is it getting yellow on literally this new leaf? What is the meaning of that? Okay, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that, but it also put out this leaf after that one, which isn't as big, but it's still pretty. But this one is just like perfect. So gorgeous, so dark. Yeah, I just love it. We finally have a new leaf on my Monstera Esqueleto, which is crazy because I chopped this plant back months ago just to a stump because I couldn't deal with the scale. It had a scale infestation and it was just like dripping sap and it was so annoying. So I cut it down to a stump and I had it over here not getting any supplemental light, and then we went into fall, so it was dark and the stump was just not doing anything and I was getting worried that it was gonna rot. So I was like, okay, it's time to deploy the grow light. So I put this little clip light on here and it shot out this leaf. So it definitely needed a light boost. The leaf looks kind of janky. Like you can see all these spots. It's definitely not perfect, but it's a leaf, so I'll take it. Hopefully more to come. Yeah, silver band like I was talking about. I'm trying to, what the heck? It did not have all this yellow on it literally a few days ago. And I know that for a fact because I filmed a Patreon video showing this. So, oh, I sprayed this with the Safers. I wonder if it did not like that. Well, whoopsies. I'll just have to prune those yellow ones off and it'll be fine. Overall, this plant is doing so much better than it was before. So yeah, I think it just needs higher light. And I think that that's pretty much it for updates. This Patriciae cutting, oh, doesn't even have that many roots. I thought it had more. Never mind. Maybe you still need some more time, my friend. That's okay. But yeah, I think that that's it for this shelf. The other, like the Hoyas and everything, are just kind of the same. And then we are moving to the living room, which is very cramped at this time of year, but that's okay. I'll still give you a quick update on everyone here. These two, Hoya mirabilis and anthurium, what is that? What are you? Anthurium viridifolium, are both fine. Nothing really new to report with either of those plants. Same with down here. I don't think anything is new. Oh, except we do actually have a new leaf on this Hoya Fabaceae silver. If it will focus, look at that. It's a new baby leaf, just expanding. I love the like ribs on it right now. So cute. And I love that other leaf that it gave me. This big one, front and center. So yeah, I'm happy to see that this is actually growing pretty well for me, and just in natural light at that. I have my begonia lucerne here because I have a vision, you guys, of there's two like vines on her. I have a vision of one growing up here, so I want to pin it along here, and then one growing along the bottom of the windowsill. Is that vision going to come to life and look how I want it to? I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a go. So that's why she's tucked behind there for now. There is a purpose, and hopefully it will come to fruition sometime soon. Okay, other side here we have my hanging Hoya. Again, like no updates with them. They are just chilling. Same with these ones, my Hoya that are on the windowsill. There's really nothing too crazy. Oh my gosh, there is actually this crazy vine coming out on the puba calyx. Okay then, it's so long. Wow, okay. Yeah, but there's no updates really. Well, I guess there is a little update. The Hoya banquetensis put out this long peduncle, and this is a Hoya that I bought for the flowers, and it's actually on like my Hoya flower wish list for next year, which is basically Hoyas that I just really want to flower for me. And this is, I think, the first time it's giving me a peduncle, so we're moving in the right direction here. Florida Ghost, looking stunning as ever. This plant just blows my mind. It is immaculate, and yeah, it just hangs out here looking absolutely beautiful. Alocasia watsoniana, not looking hot. It's literally had this one leaf for like 5 months. And I just hope that one day it will grow for me. Okay, I'm gonna move this light out of the way so that we can get a closer look on this Moodianum veitchii hybrid. So I have been transitioning this from cabinet conditions to regular room humidity with a grow light here to kind of keep it facing out. Although this leaf is, I mean, it's kind of janky anyway, so I don't really care, but this one is like facing the window. But I've been waiting for new growth to come in, and I think that we finally have a new leaf emerging there, and it looks super red. So, oh, I'm just dying to see it. I really hope that it emerges as like a nice healthy leaf, but we will see. I will keep y'all updated. I am really excited to see that though. Okay, you get lots of light. There you go. Okay, as for this kind of Millsbow wide cabinet area, unfortunately it was recently under attack by aphids. I know. The aphids are crazy in here. So yeah, that was unfortunate. I'll talk about that more once I get in there, but some of the aphids were also on this Polynera, which was so annoying, and they weren't too bad. Like, I'm pretty sure that they're gone now, but they did do some damage on the new leaves. So right here, I'll probably just end up cutting these off, to be completely honest with you, because I just can't with that. Like, this plant is so pretty and these leaves are just like ruining it. These ones are fine. But I think this set is the only set I'm gonna have to chop off because they're just so janky. So yeah, I was honestly kind of mad to see that, but they didn't do overall too much damage, so it's fine. But yeah, they did also do some pretty severe damage to some of the plants in the cabinet. I have sprayed them, like treated them all, so I'm hoping that they are just gone. But they do tend to pop back up, so you kind of have to keep a close eye over the next couple of weeks. So I'm probably going to do another round of treatment probably in the next few days here. But yeah, so Begonia thurstonii is looking a little bit more bushy because I actually cut and then just stuck the cutting into the leca, which I'm hoping is going to take. I'm hoping that's going to root up and just continue to grow for me, but we'll see because I've never propagated that begonia that way. But it's doing well. Like, look at how big and dark the leaves are. It's just so pretty and like pillowy. Yeah, I really love this one, so hopefully that cutting will take. I also recently moved my string of hearts in here. I was debating getting rid of this. I'm always debating getting rid of this string of hearts, I swear. But I don't know, something in me, it's like this plant reminds me of my early houseplant days. It is just a cool plant. Like, it's really different from anything else that I have, and when they are grown nicely and are full and bushy, they look really nice. So what I decided to do instead of getting rid of it was just to wind the vines around the top of the soil, and then I pinned them down, and I'm hoping that they're gonna root and I'm gonna get more vines shooting out. But we'll see. This is like the lazy man's version of butterfly propagating for this plant. I just didn't feel like taking a bunch of cuttings and then like waiting and then repotting them and doing the whole thing. So I'm gonna try this out and see how it works. I decided to stick them in the cabinet for now to keep it more humid and encourage rooting and to give them lots of light. So I just have them pinned like up here really close to the grow light there. The Begonia Sinbad is actually looking pretty good, which is kind of shocking. I like aggressively pinned all of the vines to the trellis, and then I just left it to sort itself out, and it did. It sorted itself out. Like, it's looking all pretty and bushy and full. So yeah, I'm kind of just letting her do her thing. She's also flowering, or is about to flower, which is really cute. So yeah, she's fine. This is the Hoya vestigii that I got from Brandon a few weeks ago. The leaf died off, but I am hopeful still because the roots look healthy. So I'm keeping it moist and crossing my fingers for new growth. We shall see. But yeah, the leaf just like slowly yellowed and died. So I was like, okay, bye then. This Begonia lyalii is one of the plants that was attacked by aphids. This was looking so good, and now it looks like it's been ravaged, which is very annoying, but I'm hoping it'll just bounce back from that. And then this was the other plant that was attacked by aphids. This is a dark phoenix and pappy hybrid anthurium. And this anthurium I was having a lot of issues with in room humidity, so I moved it to the cabinet, and shortly after I moved it, it pushed out a new leaf. So I was so excited to see what that was going to look like, and this is said new leaf. Of course, it had to get attacked by aphids twice. I sprayed it for aphids and like removed a bunch of aphids from it, which is annoying because obviously the damage was already done, but it still is cool to see like the potential of what this leaf could have been, because the leaves that came before it in ambient humidity were just looking so janky. This one is like so long, and it really makes me curious to find out what this anthurium is going to look like in the future. So yeah, I mean, it sucks that it looks like this, but I also it's making me more excited to grow this plant. So yeah, she's just recovering from that aphid situation, unfortunately. I think everyone else is doing okay in here. I still have this peacock moss in the Ziploc because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And someone commented and said like, oh, it needs to be in terrarium conditions. So I'm like, okay, I need to figure out, I mean, I'm in no rush to use it. I think it'll be fine in here. But yeah, that's why, if you're wondering what the Ziploc bag is in here, it is the peacock moss. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this cabinet. Unfortunately got attacked by aphids. Story of my life, but they will recover. Okay, bye bye. Okay, and then even more depressing, Monstera High Constellation. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm gonna air layer. One of y'all were suggesting that because I am just, I don't know. It's just I keep putting off dealing with this plant. It needs to be either chopped, or I think chopped is going to be the option for me. So yeah, I want to air layer it first. So I just need to put the moss, like do the air layering. But it has mealies, so I'm like, oh, I need to like take this to the shower or something, but it's so big. So I don't know. And then every week I put it on my to-do list and then it doesn't get done because I just avoid dealing with this plant. But oh my gosh, I need to do it. I really need to do it. It's honestly probably something that I will do over the Christmas break, but yeah, it is haunting me a little bit at this point. And then we have Fanny Moser down here, who is looking stunning. Y'all have seen her recently in my cane begonia care guide. But yeah, I'm just obsessed with this begonia. Like, it's so good. And then this one is actually looking quite nice. This Hoya campanulata. Look at the nice new leaves I'm getting on this. We're really struggling over here, but then I started watering more, and what do you know? I got these beautiful new leaves. I love the veining, or like the divots. I don't know, the veins, I guess. It's like puffy. It's so cutie. I just love it so much. It has a similar growth pattern to the Polyneura, in the kind of like creeping, trailing vibe. So yeah, I'm excited to see that grow some more. And then we just have the Florida Ghost up here, the bigger Florida Ghost, which is doing well. It has some new leaves over here. It's always kind of pushing out a new leaf, but they don't get white like they do on this one down here because they are not really getting much light up there. But I'm still happy to just watch it grow, even though it's green. And I think that's it, you guys. Whew, that felt like a big one. That felt like a big update walkthrough. Thank you so much if you watched to the end. I hope that this video could provide just a nice little pocket of calm, get you away from the holiday chaos for a minute, or for an hour or an hour and a half, however long this is gonna end up being. I am still planning on posting a couple of videos throughout the holidays, so I'm not gonna be disappearing quite yet. However, I am going to be offline from the 25th to January 1st. But I still am planning on posting a video or two within that time frame. But if I'm not online, like responding to things, then that's why, just to give you a heads up. I am fine. I'm just taking a week off. Also, I just posted my houseplant wrapped, or like year in review reflection video over on Patreon. I post 2 bonus videos a month over there, as well as some other little things. So if you're interested in supporting me on there, the link is always down below in the description box. Other than that, I think that's it. Like I said, thank you so much if you watched this far. I know it was a long one. I hope that the holidays are treating you well. I am assuming I'm gonna post another video before Christmas. Honestly, maybe I won't though, I don't know. My schedule has been a little bit backed up lately, but if I don't see you before then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope that you have a wonderful time spent with family and friends. I hope that you get to relax, take some time off, and yeah, stay safe, be well. Thank you so much for joining me for another year. It brings me so much joy to share my houseplant journey with you and to have you here, and I have just felt so supported and held by this community, especially this year. So yeah, I'm just so grateful for that. So yeah, I guess that's it for me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.